Texas Southern University, located in Houston, Texas, offers an innovative Bachelor of Science in Maritime, Transportation Management, and Security. The program started in the fall of 2010 through a partnership and a financial gift from the Port of Houston. The three national priorities of logistics, security, and the environment are emphasized in the curriculum. Scholarships of up to $4,000 per academic year are offered to qualified students. Our first area of emphasis is the national priority of logistics. Over 90% of all of our goods are imported. Logistics refers to the overall process of managing how resources are acquired, stored, and transported to their final destination. Goods are distributed to their final destination via either truck, train, plane, or pipeline. What are some of the goods that we import? We import everything from televisions to phones, cars, purses, clothing, and shoes. Our second area of emphasis is the national priority of security. This is due to the post 9/11 era and the creation of the Department of Homeland Security. The Port of Houston is geographically located next to the country's largest petrochemical complex. And we also must keep our containers safe from counterfeit items. It is important to protect our water, animals, and people from gross acts of negligence like oil spills. Environmental stewardship is a priority at the Port of Houston, and 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 it is also one of the national priorities that we study at TSU. We rely on the support of our partners. The U.S. Coast Guard is one of our partners. The Coast Guard offers a scholarship that pays for the last 2 years of college. It also pays the student a salary while still a student, and it also guarantees a job for 3 years after graduation. For all of the details, visit gocoastguard.com. Rising high school freshmen through rising high school seniors can benefit from the Summer Maritime Academy held at Texas Southern University each summer. Our goal is to introduce students to careers in the maritime industry, to introduce students to Texas Southern University, and to introduce students to transferable life skills. It is still tentative for June of this year, but if it does happen, it will be from 8:30 to 4:30 daily. Students will will enjoy a free lunch, guest speakers, life skills training, friendships, field trips, and lots of fun. And also, the successful students earn $125. These are just some of the pictures of us on our field trips during the Summer Maritime Academy. We have visited the Port of Houston, the Coast Guard facilities. Also, we have visited with Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee. We have had visits from U.S. Customs and Border Protection, and we have visited the Galveston district of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. What is in it for you? Although this is an old industry, there is still growth. This is fueled by the retirement of the baby boomers. Cargo activities at the Port of Houston generate over 1.35 million jobs in the state of Texas. This is a global industry. There are jobs and there are opportunities all over. This is just a snapshot of some of the job titles that you would be qualified for after you finish and graduate with the Bachelor of Science in Maritime Transportation Management and Security at TSU. So, where are some of our 90 plus graduates now? This is just a small list of the companies that some of our graduates are currently or formerly employed with. And these are just some of the pictures of some of our graduates. So, how do you become a TSU Tiger to major in maritime transportation? Well, all of the details can be found at tsu.edu, but your grade point average has to be a 2.5 minimum on a 4.0 scale. These two QR codes, one is for our scholarship, that is the priority deadline of the 30th of April, and then the second code is a prospective student list. If you scan this code and if you fill it out, then you will be added to the TSU Maritime Prospective Student Distribution List. And if you have questions or comments, please feel free to either call 713-313-4394 or to send me an email. Thank you so much. Timothy Tilghman, currently serving at the Sector Houston Galveston Chief of Inspections Division, where he oversees vessel inspections activities for the Sector Houston AOR. This includes the inspected towing vessel team for Houston. His unit is responsible for ensuring safety and security for vessels utilizing the Houston Ship Channel. The vessel inspection activities are extremely diverse, ranging from inspections of liquefied petroleum gas tankers to certificated construction barges. Prior to assignment at Sector Houston Galveston, he was responsible for providing oversight of vessel inspection activities for the Coast Guard's 7th District. These activities provided vessel and safety and security analysis for a geographic area including South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Tim is a Texas transplant, calling Texas home now, but is originally from Connecticut. Timothy Tilghman.
Wow, Miss Williams, I really appreciate you taking the time to record that. That was
You You are welcome. And it's actually better that way since I am a I I guess you could say a person that actually stutters, and and if I try to do that live, no, just couldn't do it. So
Well, I can't tell you how much I really do appreciate it. It makes me feel quite more significant than my job actually is. But I really do appreciate the honor of being allowed to speak today. Should I get started now, or would you like to show the
yes,
video? I don't know if it's the right fit because we have such a more intimate setting. What do you think?
yes, I think it is good to show the videos. And I'm gonna start sharing the videos now.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
College life in the C-SPI program is awesome. Before C-SPI, I was working multiple jobs, really anxious and nervous about how to make ends meet and pay my tuition, which was almost $30,000 a year. After C-SPI, I bought a car. I could drop some of the other jobs and focus on other extracurricular activities. I could hang out more and really just enjoy being in college. I could focus on my studies more with the C-SPI program. They were only asking roughly 5 hours a week, about 16, 17 hours a month for me to do Coast Guard activities. Really completely doable. So my college experience went to a whole nother level once I joined the C-SPI program. I'm stationed at Coast Guard Air Station Los Angeles, right here at LAX, and my job now is the flight scheduling officer and the public affairs officer, and I'm also a first pilot flying the MH-65 Dolphin helicopter. So I schedule all of the flights for the enlisted side and for the pilots, whether they're upgrading or they need their initial flights. If we're doing law enforcement or counter drugs, if we're going to do a POTUS flight, if President Obama is going to come in, I'll schedule that. And when I have the opportunity, which has been very often now, I've been pretty lucky, I get to fly around LA, which is pretty cool. The C-SPI program completely exceeded any of the expectations I had. Everything that the Coast Guard recruiter told me about the C-SPI program, it was that and more. They've helped out with school, and I couldn't imagine coming in the Coast Guard any other way.
So I'll share the second one. So,
Yes, please.
I am proud to say that I am one of the first C-SPI students to graduate and receive a commission. This is a great program, and it's what started my career. Taking this program from its early days now into the future are the many bright students currently enrolled. We have a few C-SPI students who can shed some light on what it means to them.
The C-SPI program is the Coast Guard's only scholarship program.
Its benefits are very vast. Being on active duty, getting a full paycheck, full tuition, basic allowance for housing.
It's not while you're just in college, while they pay for your books. They also pay you a very hefty E3 salary and make sure that you don't have a single bill to worry about.
For me, the most beneficial thing about C-SPI is giving me a promising career after college.
There is no question that the array of benefits has made C-SPI the success it is. The benefits are there to ensure that each student can keep on track with their college goals without having to worry about financial hardship. It is a unique and dynamic experience available to any student at a qualifying institution. C-SPI students get a lot out of this program.
To know that I have a guaranteed job after I graduate is truly a blessing and a relief.
I'm getting this training outside of school, not just for the Coast Guard, but just life lessons that I can take with me.
I will be learning from the best. I will be gaining an incredible experience, and I'm ready for it, and I know the C-SPI program is preparing me for it.
It's a phenomenal program. It takes you a lot further.
Upon graduation, the guaranteed job isn't just any job. You become an officer in a great military organization, the United States Coast Guard.
Being a member on active duty in the Coast Guard gives you the opportunity to actually do things like go out to the air station and actually fly with the Coast Guard. Go out to Station Tybee Island and ride around on the small boats. I mean, you just have a lot more opportunities because you're on active duty.
It gives me a sense of belonging to something bigger than myself.
It embodies everything that I value. not only in other people, but in our country. And to know that I can have the opportunity to become a pilot in the Coast Guard, it's an excellent feeling.
These are the requirements for the C-SPI program.
So I originally heard about the C-SPI program on GoCoastGuard.com, and I knew right there that's what I wanted to go for.
The C-SPI program is available for anybody who wants to make something of themselves. It's a very small obligation of just 3 years after your commission, where you get the necessary training and development that you need.
If you're a freshman in college or a sophomore, you definitely shouldn't waste any more time. You should definitely figure out what the Coast Guard is about. Go to your local recruiting office, ask them about the C-SPI program. Visit GoCoastGuard.com. The benefits are endless.
Does this sound like it's too good to be true? It isn't, and it is well within your reach. It's been a while since I graduated from the C-SPI program, but it's always with me, and I am grateful for the benefits that I received. There's the opportunity to serve my nation, the leadership experience I've gained, and I've achieved so much in 25 years. My success is largely due to the experience I gained in the C-SPI program, and I am living proof that this program can be a great fit for you.
Hold on just a second. Uh-oh. Okay, I think that was it. Or was that even the second video? I think
Yes,
that
ma'am.
it just actually looped to
No,
something else.
that was the video, ma'am. That was the one that I wanted to play.
Okay, great.
All right.
Okay, take it over.
All right. Hey, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tim Tilghman, and I am the commanding officer of the Sector Houston Galveston Inspections Division. It sounds like a very glorious title, but really I am responsible for 54 and soon to be 60 Marine inspectors who execute a safety and security mission throughout the Sector Houston Galveston AOR. That also incorporates portions of the ports of Texas City, the ports of Galveston, the ports of Port Arthur, and Lake Charles for the entire sector. I am not in charge of those units, but I work with my counterparts of those various units to get our mission done. Originally, when asked to participate in this, I had delusions of grandeur that my screen would be full of thirsty college students and high school seniors hanging on my every word to hear about how they could find their next goal in life. So I had this really great speech about you don't want to just be a pair of sneakers, you want to be a pair of Nikes. You know, telling people that, hey, as you graduate and you become a maritime professional, anybody's a maritime professional. Everybody goes to school. Everybody's got an MBA, blah, blah, blah. But who's got a Coast Guard career? Who's been a Coast Guard officer? Who's been a Coast Guard enlisted member? Make yourself a pair of Nikes. Obviously, no one's here to hear that, so I'm not going to bother you or bore you with that Nike speech. What I would say is for Mr. Castro, Mr. Curry, and Ms. Williams, of course, and also Ms. Murthra, if you can identify, so Ms. Murthra, from what I understand, you're in the program now, so you may be a candidate for this. And for Mr. Castro, Mr. Curry, as you go through your process of identifying various students and individuals that you think might be worthy of this, I would ask you to challenge them, to say to them, why not be more than the ordinary or more than the average? Too often, young folks, I think, set their expectations a little low, where they think that they're going to swim with the same school of fish. There will be tons of poor nautical puns and analogies here. But what I would suggest is challenge them to swim upstream a little bit. And that's this Coast Guard career path. A lot of people will get into the maritime industry. A lot of people will start to work on careers for major companies that are involved in the various things that are done in the maritime community. But what really can set a young person apart for the C-suite of a major company or for significant roles of leadership in that corporation's portfolio all across the world would be an opportunity to serve the United States Coast Guard. One, making the connections that they would make. Two, the experience that they would get. And three, just the opportunity to serve would set a mindset and a work ethic that would be valuable to any company that would be interested in having the best personnel on their staff. So really, investment in some time in serving your country and in serving the Coast Guard is really a dividend reaped in your own personal success. And that's what I would ask you to tell all of those students. Now, of course, since they're 18 to 22, they're probably not listening to you and they're rolling their eyes thinking, whatever, I just want to either get out of here or get to my next class or go on spring break. So the next thing I would tell you is hit them with the money line. The Coast Guard will pay for 2 years of your college. And that is through what we call the Coast Guard C-SPI program. And that is the College Student Pre-Commissioning Initiative. Mr. Curry, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you are a product of the C-SPI program, correct?
Absolutely, Mr. Tilghman, and I really appreciate that. I'm a product of the C-SPI program, and so I got picked up for the C-SPI program in the summer of 2012. I'm a prior enlisted naval non-commissioned officer, so I was enlisted in the Navy. And on my second deployment, I found out about the College Student Pre-Commissioning Initiative. So I told myself, I said, I know for a fact, number one, I'm going to go to Texas Southern. Number two, I'm going to apply for the C-SPI program, so I'm going to get prepared for this. And number three, one of my dreams was to go to Columbia University. So as soon as I transitioned from active duty, I said, you know what, now's the time to get prepared. And one of the things that I live by is always planning my exit strategy before I enter anybody's building. So as soon as I entered Texas Southern's building, I said, you know what, now it's time to go ahead and get myself prepared to go to Columbia University. Now, it took 7 years to get there, but those 7 years were wonderful because I was able to earn those leadership skills that I needed to earn as an officer in the College Student as a result of the College Student Pre-Commissioning Initiative, which is what all of those experiences, though, they landed me into Columbia University, and now I'm a solutions architect. So it's a role to where I'm paid very, very handsomely, and additionally, I'm getting prepared for my next raise. So it's a great opportunity, and I will say that, you know, whether you make the Coast Guard a full 30-year career, which is wonderful, which is what I would advise, or if you to say, you know what, I'm going to make it just a few years, which is what I did just because of my goals, it's a win-win situation, you know. So Roseberry, I definitely commend you for attending this lunch and learn. And if you have any questions for myself or anybody else, I really appreciate it. We really appreciate it and look forward to answering those questions.